Hello and welcome to another in-session piece, and this time around we have travelled across the water and we are over in France. And I use the term we because this indeed is a rather special session. I'm joined by my old man. Now I don't do nowhere near as much fishing with him as I know that I should be doing, but we all know what it's like. We always say we're going to do stuff and the years just tick away and we never get around to doing it. So I'm over here with my old man and also Brad behind the camera as well, and we're here at Lac Des Lesmont for a week. Now we arrived yesterday after a fair drive, and what we also did as well is we never went on the train, we took the ferry, but a bit of a mistake, it was kids half term, which that was the reason we didn't go on a train, because the prices were absolutely extortionate. But what it did mean is the ferry was absolutely packed. It was a nice smooth crossing nonetheless, down to the lake, and when we got here it rained continuously from the time that we come through the gate till the point where we went to bed. And they got a cabin here which is fully kitted out, so Brad and Dad, like I say, they stayed down there on their own, and I come round into the swim, and me being as eager as what I am to get the rods out, even though I was absolutely knackered and it was chucking it down, I got the rods out just before it got dark last night. Now fishing here at Lesmont, I am fishing for a carp that will be bigger than anything that I have ever landed before. The big common in here goes well over 80 pounds and it hasn't been caught for 18 months. And aside from that as well, there is a massive, massive head of huge backup fish as well. Like I say, I got the rods out last night. To be honest with you, again, had a little bit of a mare with a bait boat. I'm not the best when it comes to technology, trying to use that when it was chucking it down with rain on a lake that I've never fished before. I pretty much half-heartedly sailed 3 rods across to the far side, clipped the bobbins on, turned the alarms on, and jumped in bed. By that time, I was so tired, I literally fell asleep in a matter of seconds, and believe it or not, actually woke up this morning just before first light to one of the rods going. I was in a little bit of a daze, got out, landed the fish, hit the ground running with a nice mid-30 straight away, and this was followed very, very closely by another 2, an upper 30 and a common just over 46 pounds. So bearing in mind I've never been here before, I got the rods out when I was tired, it has been a very, very good start to the trip. So yeah, we have still got 6 nights left. The weather is good. My old man's in position now. He's got all of his rods sorted. So all we've got to do now is carry on putting the rods out, and you never know, that next bite could be an absolute giant. So early this morning, I've had the 3 fish. I've had obviously a fish on every single rod. My furthest left-hand rod is almost on the mouth up of the bay that's called the Stalking swim. And yeah, just come down here now with Dad, and it's quite sort of evident that there's a lot of fish down there. They're visibly fizzing. And I'm one of these, even with a fish finder and an echo sounder on a bait boat, when I see a fish on it, I'm a little bit dubious, but pretty much where Dad took it over to where I've sort of seen the fish showing and fizzing, it is pinging up with fish. So yes, we're just going to get him a couple of rods rigged up now, and hopefully he can get underway as well. But yeah, what an amazing place, and you never know, like you're not that far away from potentially catching a mid-80 or even a 90-pound common, so it's got to be out there somewhere. Someone's got to catch it. He's having it, I tell you. They're fizzing like crazy, and they must be big bubbles to be coming up from 20 foot of water as well, because when I fart in the bath, they're bigger bubbles than that.
Yeah, I've just put the boat out just to pick a few spots, and it would appear there's a few fish up here, so yeah, I'm going to sit up here for the day and then go back down the other end tonight. But it's looking good. I'm just going to find a spot over in that far corner over there.
Lesmont is predominantly a bait boat venue with deep margins and often wary fish. We'd been informed being subtle was the key to picking off fish. With the aid of the fish fizzing and also the echo informing us of the depths, Dad dropped his left rod down into the corner of the stalker swim. With his right rod going out towards an overhanging tree that again showed signs of activity, it was well worth spending the afternoon here before going back to the swims for the evening. Look at that. Won't catch a 20 this week. It's a start though, that'll do. That'll do. Put it there. It's all a bit of a mad dash. Got a carp. That's a £20 today. That'll do.
Well, the one you had the bite off was the one that we didn't see much fish in.
No, but we did see the most fish there.
Yeah.
Kick him the hell. See, it's not coming in as easy as the other one did.
It's hard to tell, isn't it, until they come up. The problem is because the water's this colour, they're nothing, and then all of a sudden it's just like. Brad does it. Talk us through what you're doing here, Tom.
Shaking, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Look at the water kicking
Yeah,
up.
that's boiling up from a long way down. A long way down. Massive.
It's long, it's longer than any of the ones I've landed. That's a lot bigger than you think.
Look at the size of it.
The size
to the other one. Now we was probably,
Jesus Christ! If one of them's a 20, the other one's nearly 3 times as big.
that's got to be well 40 plus that.
That's 50 plus that. That's way bigger than what I've had. Isn't it, Brad?
Yeah.
That's way big.
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, thank you.
Well, it don't matter, we're here for a
Look
thing.
at that. My God.
That's a whopping lump of carp, that.
Jesus, I've been here 24 hours. I've had my rods out an hour and a half.
Work smarter, not harder.
Look at the size of its head.
And compared to a 20, I mean, that's a 20 pounder, isn't it, that? Look. It's like a grass carp. Well, as you'd have seen there, a bit of a mad 5 minutes of activity. Dad's right hand rod went first, and then whilst we're sort of pondering over that, getting all the camera gear ready to film that one, his left hand one went. But the one he had on his right hand rod is a fish that we reckon's about mid-20, but all of the fish here have got to be weighed, and they've all been chipped as well. So we're just going to take it out, weigh it, check the chip number so we can register it for the bailiff, but we're going to get the big one out as well and get it on the bank and have a look at it, because let me tell you, I reckon it's bigger than anything that I've had so far. So yeah, it's a big common.
I think it's PB material, common wise.
Bucket material.
Yeah. What is the PB?
Without looking back, I'm pretty sure it's something just around £46, just over. I don't think I've had a £50 common. I think I'd remember it, even at my age.
I should get to throw a bucket of water over me old man.
No, we don't do buckets of water.
Right, let's get it out.
I would have to be fully wetsuited up with a hood. What do you reckon? That's a mid-20, that, isn't it?
24.
If you're struggling. Oh my God,
The other
how
one's
big's
quite
the
big
other
then.
one? It's 27,
27.2, that one. Right.
Oh dear.
The other one's at least twice the size.
At least.
That above one's a big fish, that is.
Right. We was going to slip this one straight back, thinking it was just a low 20, but it goes £27. And so we're going to take a quick shot of it, but if this is 27, the one in the net has got to be, I don't know, it looks double the size of this. So we're going to slip this one back and then have a look at the main event, and it's just started to rain. Lovely. Right, let's get you back. On the fence, it's over £50, I would say. So where have we got to go to? There. Oh God. Really? It's over 20. 30, 40, 50. Yeah, you're about right.
50,
yeah. About 53, 53.8, 53.5.
53.8.
Glasses.
That's a big fish, that.
PB common, that.
Yes, well done. What a beast. Right.
50's huge.
Well, personal best don't come along very often, especially when you're fishing with your old man. What a moment. Check this bad boy out, if he can lift it. 53 pounds of solid Lesmont common carp. Look at that. It doesn't come much better than that. A couple of hours down in a swim that's known as Stalkers. And the swim is known as Stalkers for a very good reason, because the fish spend a lot of time in it during the day. He's come down and he's stalked a couple out. 53 pound personal best common. What a monster.
Happy days. Oh. As Tom said earlier, you don't get to do this very often, but just about to release a PB common. There you go. There she goes. Lovely. And there's only one thing you do after you catch a carp.
You know what that is.
Get the kettle on.
Wow.
Let's have tea.
More to
I
come.
need it.
More to come. We're one day in.
One day in, yeah.
One day in.
Now the swim's going to get a rest. I could easily just put more rods out and maybe get 2 or 3 more, but I think leave it as it is now, and then we'll get more chances during the week, I think, to come back out and stalk them. So,
that's it.
Bizarre as it might sound,
Tea time.
We're leaving it.
Brew time.